What's up everyone, it's Tony here, and welcome back to the Yacht Addiction YouTube channel. Today, we're standing up on the bow of an MCY 96. Now MCY, that stands for Monte Carlo Yachts, and this is a 2021 model. This yacht can sleep 12 guests in 5 different staterooms. It also has space for 5 crew. As the name would imply, the yacht is 95 feet and 11 inches, or about 29.26 meters. It has a beam of 22 feet and 9 inches, or 6.94 meters, and a draft of 6 feet and 10 inches. And guys, if you're looking for a turnkey yacht, then this might be the perfect one for you. This yacht is up to date with no major expenses upcoming from a maintenance perspective. It also has very impressive charter records as well. So it's a very popular charter yacht. So whether you're using it privately or for charter or a hybrid between the two, you're gonna be set up very well for success on this one. And this particular listing is presented by Worth Avenue Yachts. So before we get started, we're tied up at the Cannes Yachting Festival. So I'm gonna put a picture on the screen of this yacht's profile. For being a sub 100 foot yacht, I think this yacht has a really great layout. So we'll see that as we go throughout the tour. But also naturally, as you can see, it has a beautiful profile. Now I think we're ready to get started. So up here on the bow, you can see we have 2 different tables on each side, and these can be raised or lowered to your preferred height. There are some cushions on either side, just little bits of curved bench seating. And then stepping aft rather, we have a large sun pad, and there's also a bench built in right here. So this is a very sociable area. I really like how this bow space is configured. And then all the way forward as well, where we were standing, your anchor equipment, your winches, everything is actually covered by the teak. And don't worry, we are going to go to the back of the yacht and give you a shot of what it looks like from its aft profile. And as we're walking back, you have side decks on each side. And one really nice design element I like, you can see right here in the railing, we just have the glass, and that's because you do have the full beam owner suite on the main level. So their window is right here, so you don't have an obstructed view. So from a design perspective, I really like that. You can see a side access door right here to the crew area. And then this yacht does have fold-out terraces on each side deck. Now moving back, here we will find the aft deck. You have a large teak table with your bench seating and also the chairs that wrap around. Beautiful place for an alfresco meal, of course. And then you do have your passerelle, you have a hydraulic swim platform, and then you also have a garage. You can see we have the tender situated on the swim platform. So you could have jet skis in here with your tender here, or you could swap them out. This tender will fit into the garage. Or you could leave the tender on the swim platform, use the garage for additional toys. And also let me step all the way off because I know some of you really like that view. This yacht is configured in a raised pilot house design. And the doors, we currently just have one open, but the one will open up this way, and then these other 2 will hinge flush against the wall, so you can completely open up the space if you wanted to. And this door will grant us access to the main salon. I love the bits of accent light in the ceiling. You can see your large TV right here. Then you have a ton of storage as well. Then you might have noticed them on the side decks. First, actually, here is the formal dining area. And because we have the terraces on each side, we do have double doors leading out to each side. So you could set up a really nice cross breeze in here if you wanted to, and really open up the space. And it also looks like we have a little model of the yacht over here. Now continuing up the starboard side, there is a second side access door right here, just a smaller one. And this is more confined to the guest areas, but you do have a quick way to get out if you don't want to use the double doors. Then I said it before, we have the owner suite on the main deck. Let me just give you the full shot of the room. And I know it's kind of hard to see because we're tied up at the boat show with yachts on either side of us. You can see what I'm talking about with the effect with the glass on the railing. Unobstructed views, really smart from a design perspective. We have the desk or dressing table here. And I also love you get additional natural light from this huge window up in the ceiling. And there is a blind, so you can pull that across and give you some shade if you want to. And then your ensuite and your closet, they're both located forward. The ensuite is right here. A decently sized shower with the rainfall attachment, and I really like the stone that's lining the walls and the floor actually. And then your walk-in closet is located right over here. And this is also a really good size for a sub 100-foot yacht. And I also really like the details. You have very light woods, and I'll just close this closet door so you can see. But I love the contrast between this little design element here and the rest of the door. Just little touches like that really elevate the space. And you have that on a lot of different areas. You can see the same thing on this door. Now down this staircase, this is where we find the guest cabins. And 2 of these rooms have Pullman bunks, so that's how you can sleep 12. I think we'll start with the 4th and 5th cabins. You can see what it looks like with this one pulled down. And I think it makes the room a little more spacious when you have it set up in this configuration versus the Pullman right over the other one. So I like this. You also have a ton of headroom overhead too, so it doesn't feel cramped whatsoever. There is a TV. Their closet is right here. And then of course the ensuite. Oh, and a slightly different design in this ensuite, but I really like how this looks. Still very beautiful elements in here, even though this is the 5th and smallest cabin. On the other side of the hall, we have another twin room. In this one, once again, you have the Pullman. You can see what it looks like when it's stowed away. And very similar ensuite. Actually, this one is a little bit smaller, I'm noticing, so I guess we'll call this the 5th cabin. But still, very high-end finishes. I don't think you have too many complaints about this one. And then we have mirrored VIPs on each side. And on Monte Carlo yachts, you'll often see the windows designed like this. If you ever see the profile of a yacht and you see windows like this, it's kind of a telltale sign. Once again, slightly different stone design. And last but not least, VIP number 2. Looks like the stone design is mirrored to the other VIP. And I didn't open the closet for the last one, so let me open it up in this one. All right, we've now seen all the guest cabins and the owner suite. And also, if you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss a future super yacht tour.
I will do 30 minutes per boat technically, but some boats we will do a bit less, some a bit more maybe, so at least it's good average. Okay.
Now over on the port side, we originally saw this side access door. The day head is right here. And then up this staircase, this is where we find the raised pilot house. So we have the bench over here. I guess it's less of a bench and more of a padded seating area, place to lounge out. We have the captain's chair. Then it looks like 3 multifunction displays. And because of the RPH design, we do have another helm station up on the flybridge, and I imagine that's the preferred place to control the yacht from, because you get much better visibility up there. But you're still pretty far forward on this one, so you still have pretty great visibility, even with the aggressively sloped windows. Now, we take a few steps up, and this will bring us up to the flybridge, and I am a big fan of how this is configured. I think we'll start all the way aft and then work back to the forward helm station. Back here, we just have some freestanding furniture, which I really like because you can set this up however you'd like. And then we have a hardtop over a good amount of this flybridge area. And then I'll point it out forward, but there is a shade section that can be retracted back. Here, of course, is the bar area. So we have a sink right here. Then I'll come around and I'll show you some of the other items. But you also have the staircase leading down to the aft deck. Just a bit of normal storage in here. Then you can see we have the grill. There is a refrigerator under here. And this opens up with the door, so that's connected. And then your ice maker is right down here. And then looking forward, we have the U-shaped seating around a second alfresco dining area. And then a long row of bench seating on this side. And before we even get to the helm station, I just really like, well, first of all, we have a large TV that will come up right here. But I think I just really like how this is configured because you have, it's still pretty casual, but your alfresco dining area right here. You have a ton of seating to go along with it. And I like how the bar area breaks up the 2 spaces. And then back here, it's just way more casual and customizable. So it's a really good mix between the fixed furniture and the freestanding. Then I did mention it earlier, but up here in the ceiling, this is where this section will retract back. All right, now we can look at the helm station up here. You have an extremely long bench. Your throttle control, of course, bow and stern thruster, your compass. You can see the bonding system so we can monitor all the different tanks. Your camera system. And then you have a second Raymarine multifunction display as well. Of course, your VHF radio on this side. And then you also have a little wing station on the starboard side. So this just makes it a little bit easier to dock with a control on the other side. You can see your throttle control again and the bow and stern thruster. And it looks like a mini Raymarine screen. So this is nice if you just want to set it up to the backup camera. You get a little bit of extra visibility because of this. And I know we passed it earlier, we still need to see the galley, but on this yacht, the galley is actually located down in the crew area just because of how everything is configured. I think when we were there earlier, the crew, they were eating their breakfast actually, so I didn't want to disturb them right in the middle of it. But let's head down and see if we can get a shot of the galley.
makinesi oldu 125 bin. Tabii.
60 yaparsak saniye burada. 200, 28.900 yani 29.000.
Hayır.
Bir saat ise 29.000. Yıl.
Let's get in a quick shot of the galley. Sorry, I don't want to disturb you. Thank you. All right, so there at least was a quick shot of the galley. You also saw the laundry facilities. And then the crew cabins, they're located just forward of that area. And you can, I think I said it in the intro, you can sleep up to 5 crew. Back out to the aft deck. We now have to go check out the engine room, which we will access through this door. You have a large engineering space. Then through this door, here right away you'll see the cutout from the garage. And then your massive engines are on either side. You can also see the generator. Same thing on this side. And these are very high performance engines. You have a pair of MTU 16V 2000 M86 engines, 2200 horsepower each. Guys, this is a 95 or 96 foot yacht, and you're looking at a top speed of 27 knots. You can cruise comfortably at 21. And I would imagine at a lower speed, you could get maybe 2,000 nautical miles. But really, this yacht isn't designed for cruising the world necessarily, or at least crossing oceans or anything like that. This is a high performance vessel in a raised pilot house design with the ultimate style and comfort built right in. I really like how the engines are painted gray too. Just looks really nice in here. We will wrap up the tour back in the owner's suite. Thank you, of course, to Worth Avenue Yachts for granting me access on board. I'm going to link this listing down in the description. Let me know what you think of the design and the styling throughout. I'm a big fan of this one. I think it's a very sleek, very high-end raised pilot house yacht. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and we will catch you next time.